If I asked you, what was your favorite dish as a child? You'd probably remember the smells and tastes instantly. Food is so strongly connected to our memory, and that's one of the reasons we at Creative Memories are so happy to bring you the Baked with Love 2 Project Box. I'm Noreen from Creative Memories, and I get to share all the goodies inside this box with you and give you some ideas on how you can create a recipe book that will be cherished for years to come. So let's take a peek inside. Now, you've probably already opened your box because the QR code on the back of this fun little postcard is probably what you scanned in order to get here. But let's take a look at the rest of the products inside the box. We're so happy about this ridiculously cute little bonus pot holder with the "Happiness is Homemade" slogan on it. And you can see that it's got space to put your hand in and great gripping on the back so that when you lift those hot pots out of the oven, featuring all of your favorite dishes, you're not going to drop them. Of course, we have the Rose Red recipe book, and you'll notice that it's in the Happy Album size. This is the perfect size for your recipe book because it's easy to transport, it's easy to set up, and it's easy to refer to. So this is the Baked with Love Rose Red Foiled Recipe Album. And of course, we've included the horizontal pocket pages that fit inside. We're going to be opening this up and actually assembling our album in just a minute. And then we've got the fun stuff. We've got a package of great little Baked with Love embellishments with a little extra recipe card. But we've got 24 recipe cards for you in this little pack, and they're actually double-sided. So they're going to go a really long ways inside your recipe book. And we've got the Baked with Love 2 paper pack. Now, we had a Baked with Love collection for advisors a couple of years ago, and it was so popular that we wanted to update it and refresh it, use some of our new coordinating cardstock colors, and bring you this fun paper pack to enhance all of your recipes. So let's open up these products, put our album together, and then talk about some of the ways that you can create your own personalized recipe book. So here you can get a better look at all of the content. So you can see all of the fantastic paper patterns. And don't forget that we've got the coordinating cardstock, red, cranberry, island waters, beige, and hot fudge. All those yummy cardstock colors are going to coordinate perfectly with the patterns in this paper pack. Then we've got a little bit closer look here at some of the fun little embellishments, bowls, mixing bowls, and little sayings. Oh, I love these little muffin tins, and of course, rolling pins and oven mitts. So lots of fun little things that you can add. And here's really the heart of the kit in all of these fabulous recipe cards in all of the different colors and patterns. And you can see that each of them features an embellishment. So even though you've only got a few embellishments in the pack, you're really going to be able to have a decorative look to your recipe book. So we're going to be putting some of these inside, but let's go ahead and actually assemble our recipe book. So when you take off the plastic and open it up, you can discard the cardboard spacer. And if you need to, you can refer to the instructions about how to load your Flex Hinge Happy Album. But basically, we're going to start by taking off the spine. Just pulling that out gently. You'll notice that the rounded corners are at the top. So we're just going to set this aside in the same position, and that way we'll remember how to put it back in. Then we're going to open this up, and we're going to work from the back. We're going to take off the back cover by loosening up the strap hinges. They're quite flexible and easy to slide through the slots. And then we're going to set aside the back cover again, just like this, just like it is when we've taken it off. And we're going to take off the plastic sort of strap hinge holder. And again, just set that off to the side as well. Now we're going to add all of our pocket pages onto the front cover. So you can see that each one has two little staples, and the staples fit right onto the strap hinges. And if you're dexterous, you can fit all of the you can go through all of the staples at once, but feel free to add a couple on at a time. So we're still working from the back. So we've added all of our pocket pages. Now we're going to bring back our little plastic hinge holder, and we're going to feed that on just in the same way that we added our pages. So the little, in this case it's plastic, but the little staple will fit exactly where the staples of the pages are. And then we're going to add our back cover as if it's open. So exactly like this. We don't want to add it like this. We want to leave it open and feed the strap hinges up through the cardboard. Okay, so it should look like this before you tighten it up. Then, just like buckling a shoe or buckling a belt, we're just going to feed the straps back through the slots on the plastic spacer and then tighten it up just a little bit. And then when we close this over and open it up, you'll see that it all works perfectly. It lines itself up, it opens and closes perfectly, and it's just as it needs to be. So there's all of our pages. Now we can go ahead and put our spine back on. And again, I'm going to use the top rounded corners, slide those into the top part of my album, just covering up all of the staples and just tightening that up. And now we are ready to go. Now, how you want to fill your recipe book is completely up to you. You've got lots and lots of choices here. You'll notice that there are white cardstock inserts on each of the pockets on each pocket page. So we've got 6x4, 6x2, and then another 6x4. If you like, you can take these inserts out, write on them, add a photo to them, or add a piece of the decorative paper. Or you can discard these all together and fill the spaces with the cards, the recipe cards, and some photos. Now, the insert in between is a perfect spot for some journaling. Again, it's a blank canvas, so you can add some paper there instead. You could just doodle or draw on it or write on it or add one of the fun little embellishments. Your choices are wide and varied and completely up to you. So we could go ahead and, fill the spots with just some recipe cards. I've written out a couple of recipes here from my mom. And I have to say that I love seeing my mom's recipe box. She had a little tin box that she had all of her handwritten recipes in. And I think that would be a great use for this as well. How fun would it be to intersperse some of your family's handwritten recipes in here? So I could go ahead and add just the cards to my recipe book. And the great thing is, because I mentioned, they're double-sided, so I can write recipes on both sides of the cards. But another way that I like to think about this little recipe booklet is not only a documenting of the recipes, but a documenting of the pictures of the dishes as well. So I might come along with a picture of our favorite rice and mushroom casserole that my mom used to always make for every, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I could just do something very simple like that. Maybe write a little bit of a memory here and then maybe add, a little punched out shape or one of the embellishments from the kit. So that would be a great way to document each of your favorite recipes. And again, on the back side or the reverse side, you can fill out the other side of the card with another recipe and put in another photo. So you could definitely do that. And of course, I could come back in here, for example, with the recipe for her apple pie and a picture of the apple pie. And, you know, you could go back and forth between photos and cards or just use the cards. The other thing you could do is actually turn this into a bit more of a decorative type of spread. So here I have some other photos that I could add in. Just going to slide these in quickly. And now you see that my 2-page spread kind of tells a bit of a story. You know, there may be a family photo, a picture of, you know, family at the table or something like that. Again, I could write on these 2x6 or 6x2-inch cardstock inserts, or I could come along and cut some of my fun paper down to size, down to that 6-inch by 2-inch, and that would add a really lovely and sort of decorative touch to the spread. So again, you have lots of choices how you want to fill these pockets. I'm going to do another one on the back here with some of those photos of the apple pie, and just to kind of show you that you could really create some fun spreads here. So I'm just adding in a photo of the plated apple pie, the recipe card, which I'm just going to put up at the top here. I've got another photo of the pie itself. And in this case, I've taken a piece of the decorative paper and I've actually used it as a little bit of a journal box, just reminding myself of how my mom used to preserve all of the apples from the apple tree in our backyard. And we always seem to have so many right through the winter months. And you can see that there we've got another spread. So that is really fun. And I love how the addition of the paper and the embellishments really creates a fun spread that not only incorporates the photos and the recipe itself, but also some memories. Now, you might have noticed that we've got this space along the inside edge of each of the pocket pages. And that is really because of the way that these pockets are manufactured. Our page size is actually 6 3/4 by 10, but you can see that it would only be wide enough to fit one 6-inch wide horizontal photo. So we do have this little channel here. And what many people will do with this is add even more paper and make it even more decorative. So I'm just going to show you an easy way to do that. I have just one of the 6 3/4 by 10-inch pocket pages. And again, we've got the 3 pockets that have the slot where you just slide in your paper or your photos. But you'll notice that channel or pocket on the inside, it does not have an opening. So if you want to do this, you will need an X-Acto knife, a box cutter, something sharp enough to cut through the plastic. So I'm just going to go up at the very top and just gently cut across the top of that channel. So you can just see how now I've got a pocket that I can slide some paper down into. And the measurement there is just under 3/4 of an inch. So I've gone ahead and just cut another little piece of paper, and you can see that it's going to slide into that channel. It's going to take a little bit of finagling to get it down. But once you do, you're going to have an extra little burst of color. You can imagine what that's going to look like there for your pages. So again, your pages can be as decorative or as simple as you like. Now, since we're talking about pages, I did want to let you know that there's also a regular white refill page available to go in your happy album. And if you are more of a traditional scrapbooker, you might want to purchase a pack of these. They do come with page protectors that you'll need, and you could intersperse these as you like. So, for example, maybe you want to have a pocket page and then a regular page. And benefit of a regular page like this is that you can create more of a traditional style of scrapbook page. So here I've just covered the background of the refill page with some of that fantastic paper. I've made a little border, and here I've actually used our border maker system along with the little double Rick Rack border maker cartridge, and I've just kind of created a fun little decorative accent with the paper. I can still get some photos on there, and then of course I could also add the recipe cards or other photos to this side. So you can really have fun combining the pocket pages with the regular refill pages for the happy album. And along those same lines, if you really love traditional 12 by 12 scrapbooking, you can, of course, use your 12 by 12 papers and the embellishments and the recipe cards to create some fun traditional 12 by 12 inch scrapbook pages. Again, I've got all of the same photos that I had on our first spread here, but I've just kind of cropped them down and added them into a more traditional 12 by 12 scrapbook page. So again, the choice is yours how you want to preserve your memories and recipes. So no matter how you decide to create your recipe keepsake book and how you want to use the products in the Baked with Love 2 project box, I also wanted to let you know that the artwork from this box, the paper patterns, all of the embellishments, and the individual recipe cards are also available in digital format. You can purchase the Baked with Love 2 digital art kit and have all of these great patterns and embellishments and cards to play with. And you can do something as simple as using the JPEG images of the recipe cards to print some additional recipe cards at home on your own home printer. All I did here was open a Word document and insert each one of these as a picture, just as you would a regular picture onto a Word document. Then I printed it onto some cardstock. I can go ahead and cut them out and have even more recipe cards if I need to. I can also use the digital art kit with a digital software program, something like Canva, for example, or Adobe, or you might have a digital scrapbooking program. And that would be a perfect way to create multiple copies of the same recipe or even completely digital recipe books. So don't forget to grab the digital art kit of the Baked with Love 2 collection so that you can use those and create lots and lots of digital recipe booklets as well. So we really hope that you have a wonderful time reminiscing about all of your cherished family recipes and creating that special recipe keepsake book using all of these fantastic projects in the Baked with Love 2 project box. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.